Well, I mentioned earlier about our magic organization, Ring 129, and I see in the crowd, and if they could just raise their hands, I see a couple of past presidents of our local group. Raise your hands. I see 2 over here, 3. Even Alan's on stage, past president. Give them a round of applause. They're the It takes a lot of volunteers to have a club like this. We have over 100 members. You wouldn't think that there could be 100 magicians, from beginning amateurs all the way up to full-time professional entertainers in our group, but there are, for sure. Well, we've set up the stage, so we're moving right along. He's a magician tonight, and maybe he could even mention his usual vocation, if he cares to. I don't know if that's top secret or not, but he may. So we have a nice round of applause for Brad Lynn.
How's everybody doing tonight? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it on? Okay, good. There. Is that a little better? All right. Well, it's not top secret. I do perform. I usually perform for kids, library shows, birthday parties, that kind of thing. So this is a little different for me. It's kind of step outside of my comfort zone. But who here likes card tricks? Yeah. You wouldn't be here at the close-up show if you didn't like card tricks. So here we go here. Yeah, I'm not going to do a card trick for you guys. We're going to switch it up a little bit. All right, I figured I'd start by telling a little bit about myself. Okay, I do some card magic, but mostly magic for kids shows and things like that. I grew up here in Kansas City. I've got 2 brothers and a sister. Right now, I'm married. I've got 4 children, and that's kind of considered a big family nowadays, right? A little bit. But I noticed that growing up in a big family, there's always arguments. There's always disagreements. It's always going to be like that for every family. And for the big arguments, big disagreements, you know, my parents always had a way of handling that, and it wasn't always pretty. But for those little insignificant arguments, my dad had a way of doing it. It was like his democratic way. And what he would do is he would place his hands behind his back, and he would come up to me and say, okay, you wanted the last cookie in the cookie jar. Your brother wanted it too. So what I want you to do is I want you to think of a number between 1 and 10. And so I'd pick my number. He'd go up to my brother. He'd say, okay, now it's your turn. Pick a number between 1 and 10. And whoever was the closest to the number he had behind his back, well, that's the person who won that argument. So I'm going to play dad tonight, and I'm going to use all of you guys as my assistants. What I'm going to have you do is think of a number between 1 and 10. I don't want you to shout it out. I just want you to pull it up in your head. The first number that comes to your mind now. Okay. Now we're going to see how we did. Anybody chose the number 1 or 2? 1 or 2? Ah, we got a couple here. Now here, I'll go ahead and explain this for you. I don't think that these things are insignificant. What I think we can do is take those numbers that you chose, and we can actually use that to predict future behaviors. And so we had a couple 1s and 2s. Do we have anybody on this side? Okay. So 1s and 2s. What they say about 1s and 2s is so close to 0 that you're usually those decisive people. You jump out and get those first things. You're the first one to go. You're highly motivated, all that kind of thing. That might describe, you know, our 1s and 2s in the group. Now, you were a 1 or a 2?
2.
A 2. Would you join me, please?
Sure.
All right. And what's your name?
Rachel.
Rachel. Okay, I'm Brad. Nice to meet you. Okay, Rachel, you're from Kansas City?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you do for a living?
I'm an economics student.
Economics student. Okay, great. Why don't you tell us a fun fact about yourself? No, you don't have to do that, don't you?
I have a show in this space.
Seriously?
Tomorrow night.
Wow, okay. All right, Rachel, what I want you to do is I've got 3 seats up here. What I want you to do is take a seat in any one of those seats you're choosing. And let's see, I'll take a few notes as well. Okay, what about 5s or 6s? Anybody need 5s or 6s? Okay, we've got a few of them here. 5s or 6s, that's like the middle of the road. These people are more calculated and precise, kind of, whenever they're making their decisions. That might describe somebody. Where were my 5s and 6s again? You, sir, in the blue shirt. Why don't you come on up here and join me? All right, sir. Oh, not yet. Here, come on down here. Hey, that's good. That's good. And your name is? Don. Don, okay. Don, nice to meet you. And what do you do for a living? All right, great. Fun fact about yourself?
I just took a trip
Congratulations. Where'd you go?
to England.
England. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. Okay. You've got 2 seats left there. What I want you to do is just grab one of them. And just have a seat. And take a few more notes here. All right, what about my 7s and 8s? 7s and 8s. Okay, and this is actually where I fall, because when my dad used to do that little thing with us, hey, 1 through 10, 7 was the number that would jump out at me. And you know what they say about 7s and 8s? These are the ones that tend to be highly intelligent, very lovable people, extremely attractive, that kind of thing. So that may describe, this is internet research, guys. This has got to be true. What about you, ma'am? Would you join me up here? All right, and what is your name? All right, Denise. Nice to meet you. What do you do for a living?
I'm an assistant manager.
Okay. Fun fact about yourself?
We're in a farm store and I have no idea what I'm doing there. So,
A farm
fun
store.
fact.
All right. Well, go ahead and join us. You got the last seat there. We'll jot down a few more notes. All right. Now, a couple of you had a decision as to where you were going to sit. And like I said, I don't think these things are by chance. I think that they were actually describe your behavior, we're going to try a little game here. It's kind of like musical chairs without the music. And what I'm going to have you do is everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. And I know exactly where you're sitting right now. So here, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity. I'm going to blindfold myself. And what I want you to do is you can decide to stay put if you'd like to. If you want to, you can switch up your order. What I want you to do is just be quiet like ninjas up there. If you decide to switch around, I would have you do that now. I'll give you a few more seconds to do that. Okay, so you may be in a different order, you may be in the same order, I don't know. We'll go ahead and start out with Denise, okay? Again, I don't want to know where you're at, I don't know anything like that. Denise, what I want you to do is if there's a person on your left, which would be this direction, I want you to switch places with that person. If not, I want you to stay put. Okay? Give a few seconds. Okay, now Don will go with you. Don, if there's somebody on your right, which is this direction, what I'd like you to do is switch places with that person. If not, I want you to stay put. A few more seconds. And I believe it was Rachel that we haven't used yet. Rachel, what I want you to do is if there's a person on your left, what I want you to do is switch places with that person. If not, I want you to stay put. Now, we've done some switching around here. Everybody may be in the same spot, maybe not. But what I want you to do is the person on your left, I want you to have a seat. Which leaves 2 people left, and those 2 people, I want you to switch places. All right. The person on the right, what I'm going to have you do is have a seat. Which should leave us with 1 person still left. Hopefully. I wrote something down as we were going there. We've got 1 person standing. I still don't know who that person is. But with a little bit of luck, I said the last person standing will be Dawn. That concludes my performance. I hope you had a good time.
Well, another round of applause for Brad. Now, you could ask me how that was done, and I'll be honest and tell you, I have no idea.